Good evening and welcome. My name is Anton and I'm truly grateful for you for joining us. Today also marks the launch of a new initiative which we call the Community Compass. When you're building a future in a country like Canada, there are decisions that you can make that shape your everyday life and, most importantly, your future. Buying your first home, immigration, planning your finances, and supporting your family, and so on. At times like these, the Community Compass is designed to help our community navigate the most important decisions with clarity and confidence. Through Community Compass, we'll bring together experienced professionals of various fields, in which today we have the mortgage specialist, a realtor, and a financial advisor. In future, we hope to bring other community leaders and specialists to help you build a strong foundation in building your future in Canada. Our inaugural session, though, is on the first home buyers, because owning your home in Canada is about the most important decision in terms of your financial equity building process. The goal is not to push any options, but to have clarity, greater confidence, and for you to have better confidence and better questions in your journey in building wealth and establishing in Canada. So, my first question is to Jay, realtor from EXP with international exposure as well. So, Jay, we all are immigrants and we come from various parts of our experience, and we bring in our own cultural biases and our professional experience and biases. Can you tell me what is the role of a realtor and the difference between a realtor in Canada versus our experience with a realtor back home?
Thank you, Anton, for asking the question and also inviting for the inaugural session on the Community Compass. In terms of a realtor, the role that a realtor plays is as a trusted advisor, a guide who's going to simplify the process of buying a home in Canada. When you come to Canada, like you said, it's a new environment. Everything is new to you. And when you're looking to make your biggest investment in your life, which is a once in a lifetime for many, a realtor is a person that could help you and guide you through the process of buying a home. Now, the first question would be, where do I look and how do I visit homes? So whether do I look on Google or do I go to an open house directly? So these are some of the first questions you would have. Now, again, when you have these questions, it would be advisable to speak to a realtor first, because to answer these questions, they are able to help you understand the whole home buying process. And to be honest, it starts at a stage where you decide to buy a home. It's not looking at a home. There are a few other steps before you even start looking at home. Are you able to afford a home? How much can you afford? Is it in an area that you want to buy in? And we tackle the big threes in terms of work, home, and lifestyle, where in terms of where you need to stay. So we are able to sort of advise on you on that. Then we look into the financial readiness and the eligibility to buy a home. Am I eligible? How much can I afford? And here we do have professionals that can speak to it further. Then we also help you do the due diligence once you find a home. Say that you find a home. Is this the right home? What are the things that you look for in a home? Is this home going to collapse after I buy? Which is also a fear, because 10% is what you see in the home. There is 90% that goes under the hood, where you would need a realtor to look at the documents, the titles. The home could have been sold to another person, and the seller might not be the case who's selling the home. So these are things that a realtor can protect and help you minimize the risk of buying a home here in Canada. It's not only buying a home, beyond buying a home, after closing the home, if you have any issues or any things that you need advice on, we are able to connect you to trusted professionals in that home buying journey, and then help you throughout the process. And the first home might be your first equity building tool here in Canada, which would allow you to build more equity while moving up the real estate ladder. Maybe it's a condo you buy first, then a townhome, to a single family home. To answer the question of what's the difference between a realtor here in Canada versus back home, I would want to ask, like, back home, you wouldn't buy a property without consulting a lawyer who would write the contract for the home that you're buying. Here in Canada, your realtor is the person who writes the contract. So like back at home where you wouldn't buy a home without a lawyer, a realtor is needed for you to buy a home that protects your interests, understands your interests, and buys the right home. That's the right home for you and your family.
Jay, that looks a lot of value we get from the right realtor. Quickly, can you tell me how well you're qualified as a realtor to provide the best services to your client?
Yes, Anton, that's right. In terms of qualifications, all realtors that in Canada are licensed professional. It's a regulated industry, unlike real estate in elsewhere in the world. So you do have to go through a strenuous process of getting yourself licensed. There is a study period that you do at the BC Saunders School, and then you have a real estate exam, and also an applied course that you need to do with the real estate board. It is also regulated under FHSA. So it's a highly regulated field, given that it's one of the biggest industries in the country. Now, in terms of preparing and how prepared are you to help a buyer, it comes with a lot of things come with experience and the number of times that you do something for yourself or someone or for another person. So preparing starts with keeping up to date with all the legal regulations. Government in Canada has a high interest in terms of real estate. They do regular updates to ensure with the changing economy. Some of them are for first-time home buyers to encourage them to get into homes. Then there is legal landscape. Then there is also provincial, city regulations that affect certain buyers in terms of what they're buying. And if you're buying strata property, there is another whole new concept for immigrants coming into a country, whether it's a condo or a townhome, because there is a strata, a corporation that manages the complex, where you would have to have detailed understanding of that. So we keep up to date on all the latest updates in terms of legal, financial, to give our clients the best value that they have. And then it starts with understanding the needs of the clients itself. That's the source, because every client is different, every family is different, and we need to understand what exactly are they looking at. So we do a needs analysis, and that's on the first meeting that we need. We are able to provide them a guide, a buying roadmap, as well as do a needs analysis in terms of what they want. Once the need analysis is done, we would work with you to ensure that we find a home that fits within your budget, your needs, and a home that fits your lifestyle.
That's awesome. Another equation, another new name to the equation in Canada is the role of a mortgage specialist. Back home, our experience has not been another intermediate in the process. So let me introduce Moshin, who is also has about a 10-year experience in the financial industry. He's a mortgage specialist from BMO. So Moshin, can you quickly tell us what the role of a mortgage specialist is, and a little bit about your bank as well?
Thanks, Anton. And I want to say firstly, thank you to Jay, yourself, as well as Kushil for having me. As Anton mentioned, I'm a mortgage specialist with the Bank of Montreal. Answer the question of what is the role of a mortgage specialist. As a mortgage specialist, my job is to help clients find the right mortgage by offering personalized advice, making sure they get competitive rates, and giving them access to different financing options. I'll help guide you through the entire process from the application all the way through to approval, which makes it much easier for you to know how much of a mortgage you can get, as well as to actually secure the mortgage. BMO has a long history in the financial industry. It's the oldest bank in Canada, and we actually have products tailored to different types of groups, whether it's new immigrants, permanent residents, or any other situation. We have products that are specifically designed for that client. So we have lots of options, and we can help almost any type of client.
Right. So now, Kushil, financial advisor. Is there a role for a financial advisor in this whole process of buying a home? And what is it?
Thank you for the question, Anton. To answer your question, Canadian financial system is one of the most regulated and complex in the world, especially compared to many of our home countries. And when you're buying first home here, that complexity really shows up. Why it is important to have the understanding about the Canadian financial system from a first-time home buyers. First reason I would say is that the buying home fits into your long-term financial goals. Is that the right time? Is that the correct decision you're making it now? To build the tax-efficient down payment strategies, then to get the correct and the best fitted plans to protect your income in case of I would say, unforeseen life events. It happens here. Then to manage cash flows. It could be monthly cash flow. It could be annual cash flows. Then to build long-term wealth. So a financial plan isn't about spreading money everywhere. It is about creating a unified strategy where every account, every investment, and every decision has a purpose and moves you closer to your long-term financial goal.
Kushal, it seems that there's a serious role you play in protecting and helping people grow money in Canada. Can you tell me how well you're qualified and prepared to do this?
Well, I'm a qualified management accountant with over 16 years of experience globally. And I'm a provincially licensed here in BC. So I understand how different financial system works. I focus on educating and supporting our community so that they can make confident financial decisions when it comes to buying their first home here in Canada.
So I think what we can conclude is that as new immigrants, there's a lot of sacrifice we make in this move. We sacrifice our careers, we sacrifice, it's a very expensive process, and we come in here and we start from scratch. And in this process, we discuss as one of the most important decisions that you make is in the process of building equity is embarking on your first home. So Jay, my question to you is, how exactly are you going to give the best value to someone who's going to buy the first home?
Really good question, Anton, in terms of the value that you can add to a first-time home buyer. So the right realtor is able to add a lot of value to a first-time home buyer. The question starts again with the first-time home buyer. Is it looking to buy a home that is move-in ready, or is it a pre-sale? So that's two different approaches, and one realtor might not fit to serve in both the instances. Why I say that is all realtors are experienced in different areas of real estate itself. New development is a completely different ball game in terms of buying a home. It's a different approach that you focus on when buying a first-time home as a pre-sale. Whereas if you were to buy a home that is moving ready in the resale market, that's a different sort of approach that you take. So a realtor that understands that first is a win if you're finding a realtor that's able to support you on that. Now, in terms of first-time home buyers, whether it's a pre-sale or a resale that they want to buy, when they come to us, we go through the process of buying a home from top to bottom in terms of making them ready, ensuring that they understand what they can afford, and we align in terms of expectations in terms of what they can buy. Because if you are not able to complete on the home, you risk of losing your deposit if you're not able to qualify for a mortgage at the time of completion in a pre-sale. Whereas in a resale property, you get the approval. You're protected in terms of giving the deposit. You know 100% that the bank is approving your mortgage because we do have financial clauses to protect you in that case. So we run through the risk and what are the different approaches that we can take, and being able to sort of tailor the home buying journey to your own specific needs is what I'm trying to explain with this. With that, we do have the ability to connect you to the network that I have that allows you to have a successful home buying journey, that allows you to get your finances up to date. You could be connected to a financial advisor that could set you up even before you think of buying a home. And after you buying a home, there could be the cash flow problems that Kushi sort of spoke to about. So being connected with the right realtor adds a lots of value And it's not just the realtor, but it's also the network that comes with the realtor. They could connect you to different professionals that can make your home buying journey a smooth breeze, or differently, given if they're not able to support you at the time of buying, when you're getting the keys, as well as after you get the keys. So these are some of the value addition that a real realtor could bring to you when you work with the right one.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. That is a lot of information. So now that a new immigrant has services like someone like Jay, they have got the idea of buying a house. They got their hard-earned money somewhere parked. They're hoping to bring it along. Where do they really start? What do they really need to know? And what are the real action points in starting to buy the house?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. It can be scary being a newcomer and not knowing what the process is. Everything's new, new country, new systems, new regulations, new rules. That's why we're here to help guide you through that process and to help give you peace of mind. So if I had to narrow it down to a few things, I would say that the first thing is your identification and immigration status. This can be your passport or a Canadian driver's license, and of course your immigration documents. Whether you're a permanent resident, on a work permit, or an international student, we use this to determine which of BMO's newcomer programs you qualify for, because we have specific and tailored options for each of those. The second thing I would highlight is your employment or income. We want to understand how you earn income. And to do that, we could ask for a job letter, maybe some recent pay stubs, if you're self-employed, proof of self-employment, or even income earned outside of Canada. We don't expect everything to be perfect or established yet, we understand. The goal is to understand your ability to manage your mortgage payments comfortably. And the third thing is down payment. I'd say for newcomers, this can be savings you bring over with you, or funds that are already in Canada, or that are being gifted to you from your family. We just need to confirm the source, and we walk you through the documentation that's needed for each of those. Just remember, you don't have to figure this out all on your own. Our role as mortgage specialists is to simplify the process, guide you, help any questions that you may have, and then build a plan specifically for you. The last thing I will say and add is that BMO has one of the most supportive programs for newcomers in Canada. I'll highlight a few of those features right now. First being that we don't need Canadian credit history. That specifically means that we can still qualify newcomers even if they haven't had the time to build credit here. The second, we're flexible when it comes to income documentation. That means you can use foreign income or job offer letters depending on your situation. And the last thing is we give you access to BMO's newcomer bundle. This includes no-fee banking for the first year and other tools to help you build credit more quickly in Canada.
Thank you, Mushin. That's very, very useful information. Now, to you, Kushil. Life in Canada is tough. Earning money is not that easy, and time is money. And if someone is to come to you, there is some absolute solid value add that you need to give in terms of enhancing their down payment, protecting their income, how you can grow their money and help them pay their down payment. Can you tell me in a practical sense how you would help a newcomer to establish their down payment and in the process of getting their first home?
Because there are actually a couple of really effective ways that first-time home buyers can use. Let's say a practical scenario. Let's say you are getting an inheritance from back home. Let's assume that's $550,000. You can, of course, put that as a direct down payment and get the mortgage approved. Then there are a couple of tax advantage methods you can use, like FHSA accounts. You can split your $50,000 into two and place there. And there are RRSP home buyers plans. Or you can use combination of both RRSP home buyers plan and FHSA account to get the maximum use of the rooms and the growth, and of course the tax advantage out of that money. So in terms of getting maximum use of the available options, talking to a financial advisor and start planning today itself is extremely important, because buying a home takes immense planning, and starting early is a sure way to achieve your goals.
So, Moshin, finally, I think to finalize the process of the mortgage, ultimately the transaction, the loan comes from the bank and the mortgage specialist's role. What do you think is the real role a professional realtor should play to make this whole process smooth?
Yeah, so having a professional realtor draft a strong and clean contract makes a huge difference. Frankly, it impacts how quickly the bank can approve a mortgage because it avoids any unnecessary delays. A professional realtor knows exactly how to write a contract that avoids errors or missing information. When the contract's clean, the bank doesn't have to ask for clarification or corrections. It clearly outlines the subjects, whether it's financing, appraisal, inspection. The bank can start working on exactly what's needed right away. And what a professional realtor will help negotiate is realistic timelines. That means the bank has enough time to check off all its boxes, complete the approval, and gather all the documentation that's needed. That's why having a realtor such as Jay, who is professional and has been in the industry for a considerable amount of time, is extremely important.
I think we have spent some quality time. Due to the lack of time, I think we got to cut the program off at this point. I'm sure the viewers, if not got all the answers, at least have the right questions to ask in moving forward, whom they should do, who are all involved in the equation, and how they should plan. So this concludes our first program on the episodes of from the Community Compass, and this is for the first home buyers. We hope to see you again very soon with lots of value add, because as an immigrant, we come to a new land with new challenges, and as much as we have plans in building our finances, our family, it's a challenge. It's important to understand what are all the infrastructure and the support systems available, and to identify the systems in Canada to ensure that we have a successful career in Canada. Thank you very much. And once again, thank you, Jay, thank you, Moshin, and thank you, Kushil. I wish you all the very best. So we conclude this program of Community Compass, and we'll see you again in another episode soon. Thank you.